Hey folks, this is Chico with He Provides. Hope you're doing well today. We're doing better than we probably deserve. And I stole that from Dave Ramsey. Today's topic is 5 things, actually 5 more things we don't spend money on. If you guys like what we're doing, please subscribe and please ring that little bell, and it would also help us out greatly if you would share this video and give us a thumbs up. So let's get to it. 5 things we don't spend money on, or 5 more things. Bottled water. Personally, this is my personal opinion. You may have a different opinion. But I think bottled water is, one, it's an ecological nightmare. I think plastic bottles are getting to be a massive problem. I also think that the whole concept of bottled water long term is not good for the consumer, not good in the long term for folks like us. You've got companies like PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, and Nestle buying up all the world's water supplies. That concerns me a great deal. It doesn't look good down the long term. I think he was a vice president, or maybe he was the CEO. I should have looked it up. But a high-up manager at Nestle was quoted a few months back as saying that clean drinking water is not a human right. That concerns me a great deal. So we don't buy bottled water. It's not to say never ever. There have been occasions where I'm miles away from home and I desperately need something to drink, and water might be my best option. There's not a lot I can drink. But I drink a lot of water. So what we do, I buy these probiotic drinks. They're good for my gut. I only buy them when they're on sale. They're good for gut health, and I find them quite refreshing. I almost invariably feel better after drinking one. But they're glass bottles, and the design fits well. They fit well in my refrigerator. I bring them home, we wash them out, refill them, we use them. Anytime we go on any kind of a trip, my wife and I both grab one before we leave. When we get back home, we bring them back in, we wash them, we reuse them. I think it's a better fit for us, and I really think it's a better fit for the planet. What do you think? Is bottled water a long-term problem? Let me know what you think. Number 2, ink pens. This particular ink pen, we went to a Habitat for Humanity dinner. We go every year. It's in the spring. And there's always ink pens for everyone there. But that's not the only place. Ink pens are given out everywhere. You go to like these music festivals and you got all these people that are promoting their own businesses, their own endeavors, and they've all got their ink pen with their name on it, and they want you to take one. Absolutely. And if they're really fat at the bottom, my arthritic hands like that. But we don't pay for ink pens and haven't in years. They're just too abundant, and they're given away too freely for us to spend money on them. Do you spend money on ink pens? 3, car washes. It's not to say we never have, but we rarely ever do. We've got a water hose that we use mostly to water our gardens in drought situations. But when our cars need a wash, or more correctly, when we get around to washing them, we just pull up here, we put some soap and water in a bucket, and we hand wash them. I think car washers are like $7-8 a piece now just to drive through. And we can wash our car for literally for pennies. So we don't spend money on car washes at all. We wash them right in our driveway. We have been known to wash them over somewhat close to like a flower bed or the garden, so that we can water those while we're washing our car. But we don't spend money on car washes. 4, give me a second. Number 4, we don't spend money on scratch pads or scratch paper. For example, this envelope, we got a bill, took it out, we paid the bill, and I use it for scratch pads. We also get them free in the mail. Different organizations that we've donated to in the past, or other organizations that got our name saying that we donated to different organizations, they'll send us these big fancy envelopes and all this. We'll get our address stickers as well, but they'll send us scratch pads. So we haven't paid for scratch pads in years, and I can't imagine that we're going to in a long, long time. And number 5 is Parmesan cheese. We used to buy the big containers, but I've had to cut back the amount of pizza I eat. I've cut it way back. But we still get a pizza every 4 to 6 weeks. When we do, we ask for Parmesan cheese, napkins, and plates to eat them on. Even if we're coming home, we ask for those things. And invariably, they'll give us a few plates, a stack of napkins, and a big handful of Parmesan cheese. That Parmesan cheese, it might take us 4 or 5 little packets for the whole pizza. But we've got this big handful. So we throw them in a drawer over here with mixes and different things like that. And we use them. For example, my wife made a dish last night with rice, chicken, and broccoli, and it was delish. And while we were having it, we got Parmesan cheese out of the drawer and used it. And the Parmesan that we used out of the drawer was from a pizza we got while we were in Alton, Illinois 3 weeks ago. Boom. Easy peasy. Saved us some money. So 5 things we don't spend money on: bottled water, ink pens, car washes, scratch pads, and Parmesan cheese. Why don't you give us a hand? Why don't you tell us what it is that you don't spend money on? Because there's a real good chance that I'm missing the boat on something that we're spending money on, and maybe we don't have to. So please, what is it that you don't spend money on? Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming along. Godspeed. We appreciate you every single day.